half the paper.
The only one that didn't come back to me was the one that I needed.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
What is education? Is it desks and a line? Is it reading from a textbook? Or should it be something more?
St. Mary's is a really special place, and it's hard to understand that unless you visit, unless you spend time here.
And the kids here are just wonderful.
It makes teaching easy because they want to learn and they're very respectful.
They care about each other, they know how to collaborate and work together, they know how to figure out complex problems.
They respond to enthusiasm and they develop their own enthusiasm, which is something that I feed off as a teacher.
We care for them as a whole, as an individual. It's not just about my subject, we care about all parts of that student.
One of the benefits of our project-based learning program in the middle school is that students are able to take what they're learning and make something really creative and inventive and exciting, and they're also very invested in it because it's real to them.
The students really get involved and get to learn problem solving through a hands-on approach. Through our mod system, they can take an engineering class and see if it's for them, but then maybe realize that they want to do something a little more creative and then take some art classes and find out that architecture might be their thing.
This is education for the 21st century. Our programming is designed to teach people to think outside the box.
This year we have students from 11 different countries, plus all of our American students, so we're an international campus. Students learn from each other. Local students learn from students who come to go to school here. In the classrooms, they really add to what is happening, and that benefits the local students.
A great education is more than just what happens inside the classroom. It's what happens when students learn about competition, about teamwork, about how to win and how to lose. It's about learning how to become who they need to become. I think what's most important about this is that you know that kid sitting in front of you, you see them as an individual, and you understand that you can have an impact on their life and inspire them to find out something about themselves that they didn't know existed, and that they can leave the school and they can go off and do some great things with their lives, whatever that may be. I feel like we're doing something pretty special and spectacular at this place. It's so inspiring, not only for myself, these students, but for everybody who works here, for everybody who comes here. To be part of St. Mary's is something that is truly extraordinary.
At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local U.S. Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Know Your Role campaign is incredibly needed and incredibly vital and important to establish boundaries, safe boundaries for children to play.
It's got to be a proactive culture where everybody enjoys the game.
At least creates awareness that some things need to change in order for the youth sports world and even actually the adult sports world to continue.
Knowing your role means that the parent, the coach, the referee, the fans, we all have a role.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is the guy from Lithia who made it all possible, Carlos. Hey, Carlos. Hey, Carlos. You want someone who's going to take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guy during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
The days grow long, and the last school bell rings, calling you to pack a bag, grab the kids, and hit the road to that fabled land of green, where adventure drifts with you on the water and carries you through the trees. So let curiosity get the best of you and take the trail less traveled to Southern Oregon. Your journey begins when you travel Medford.
Okay, it looks like we're about to start here in about a minute or so. And then we can introduce, maybe we'll run a spot afterward and get ready for the game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to J. Johnson Stadium. Gridiron matchup. St. Mary's Crusaders and your Fairfield Gold Beach Panthers. And now, the starting lineup. Today's visiting team is St. Mary's Crusaders. Number 3, at quarterback. Number 8, Shawn Foster. Number 21, Josh Covington. Number 26, Brittany Iowa. Number 14, Jaden Aldrich. Number 55, Ryan Hyde. Number 56, John Beatty. Number 68, Connor Walker. Number 74, Ty Rosenberger. Number 75, Lance Parrish. And number 80, Amir Patel. And now, the starting lineup for your Gold Beach Panthers. At 10, number 9, Dylan Peppers. At tight end, number 10, Joey Career.
Welcome, sports fans, to the following presentation of Table Rock Sports.
Number 11, Lyndon Tibius. At quarterback, number 13, Trenton Storms.
Got the Gold Beach lineups going on right now.
Wide receiver, number 17, Tristan May. At the other wide receiver position, number 30, Cameron Haygood. Offensive lineman, number 55, Austin Westerman. At the other offensive lineman position, number 57, Big Ethan Carpenter. At the other offensive line position, number 61, Max Bradley. At the other offensive line position, number 66, Navarino. And the other line, number 77, Shane Wells.
As both teams start to take the field.
Head coach by Coach Kendall Swift, assistant coach Chris Clark, Mike Becker, and Chip Bradley.
We're going to go on a quick break here as St. Mary's prepares to take the field, take off their hats, and prepare for the national anthem. We're
And
going to take a
now,
quick break.
please remove your hats and stand for the national anthem.
Let's go! At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local U.S. Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Know Your Role campaign is incredibly needed and incredibly vital and important to establish boundaries, safe boundaries for children to play.
It's got to be a proactive culture where everybody enjoys the game.
At least creates awareness that some things need to change in order for the youth sports world and even actually the adult sports world to continue.
Knowing your role means that the parent, the coach, the referee, the fans, we all have a role.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is the guy from Lithia who made it all possible, Carlos.
Hey, Carlos. Hey, Carlos.
You want someone who's gonna take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guide during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
The days grow long, and the last school bell rings, calling you to pack a bag, grab the kids, and hit the road to that fabled land of green, where adventure drifts with you on the water and carries you through the trees. So let curiosity get the best of you and take the trail less traveled to Southern Oregon. Your journey begins when you travel Medford.
Our game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The team of coaches, cheerleaders, and student body of Gold Beach High School are pleased to have them here tonight. Gold Beach High School and St. Mary's High School members of the Oregon School Activities Association abide by the rules and regulations set forth by the association to maintain and improve high school standards of conduct, competition, relationships with schools, and other member schools. High school athletics emphasize positive values. These participants have worked hard to create a sense of teamwork, respect, responsibility, and perspective. The OSAA and the participating schools ask for your support in letting the players play. The coaches coach and the officials officiate as positively support your team. Let this competition reflect mutual respect among all participants, officials, and fans. It's all about respect. Respect in the game, each other, and yourself. Thank you for being a model of good sportsmanship.
That was our wonderful PA announcer here in Gold Beach. Welcome, sports fans. This is a presentation of Table Rock Sports. I'm Jonathan McCrary. Beside me is Caleb Franklin. We get ready for some action here as both teams take the field. All 8 captains getting ready for the coin toss. Thank you again for watching Table Rock Sports. We'd like to thank all our wonderful sponsors like Lithia Superstores and the John L. Scott Scoreboard.
The captains have assembled in the middle of the 50-yard line, waiting the coin toss to see who's going to receive and who gets to kick off.
As we take a minute here to see who gets the ball first on the coin toss. Very windy day out here in Gold Beach. Not too cold though, nice day. Usual coast weather if you're used to it that way. About 2 minutes left until game time. Gold Beach looks like we'll elect to receive. We're going to take a quick break here. Once again, we thank you for watching this following presentation of Table Rock Sports. And we are back as we get ready for the opening kickoff.
Take it away for the Crusaders. Back deep for the Panthers.
Gold Beach back deep to receive. St. Mary's will kick off as we get ready for this one.
And Landon Miller.
St. Mary's coming into this one with a win against Regis under their belt. The record stands at 2-1, and we have kickoff. And he will go down at the 20-yard line.
No long return for the Panthers, gets up to about the 19-yard line. Brought down there by number 10, Jaden Foster, and number 8, Shawn Schneider. 1st and 10, Gold Beach.
Brought down there by both the Foster boys for St. Mary's. Two tough teams coming into this one, Caleb. What are you looking forward to as we get under action?
Kind of just looking forward to see how Gold Beach runs their offense, and because I just heard that they barely have enough.
And off to Tilius up the middle, gain of about 2 on the play.
Trying to see how they play this year.
75, Lance Parrish, 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm also interested to see how Gold Beach runs their offense out here. A lot of running plays under their repertoire. Got a chance to see St. Mary's play Regis last week that came into the KTVL studio on Friday Night Football. Good bunch of kids. Short handoff.
Handoff to Tilius. Gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. Brought down there by number 8, Shawn Foster, 3rd.
That will bring up
3rd and 5 for the Panthers.
3rd and about 5 or 4 yards. First down and distance opportunity here for Gold Beach. And he is stuffed. Stuffed in the backfield by St. Mary's.
Option pitch to Haygood.
And we find ourselves on 4th
No
down.
gain on the play. Panthers are going to punt it away.
That one bobbled. Got it off. Short pooch kick out at the 40-yard line of Gold Beach. Great starting field position here for St. Mary's as we go into their first possession and the offense goes out on the field.
Crusaders are going to take over in Panther territory at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 Crusaders.
Out at quarterback for St. Mary's, number 3, Ailoa Keo Wailahua. Multi-sport athlete who plays basketball, baseball, and football. That one's caught. Big run by Trayvon Foster, number 8.
Pass complete to number 8, Trayvon Foster. Tristan May for the tackle for the Panthers. 2nd and 1 Crusaders.
Big handoff up the middle.
Little RPO right there.
Shakes tackler. And touchdown. You're right, that was some RPO.
26, Brady Eiler for the score for the Crusaders.
Kind of just froze the defense there, and then he just cut up the field and kind of
just shook the tackler.
Yeah.
And it only took one ball carrier move. He's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
St. Mary's going for 2. Two-point conversion, good. Number 44, Caden Aldridge, punches it in for 2 more.
So that's a touchdown for St. Mary's and the 2-point conversion as Caden Aldridge heads in there for 2. Now we'll make our score 8-0 St. Mary's. We're going to go on a quick break and have some action back at you.
A special thank you to Sunset Pizza and the crew, Spike, Tommy.
Let's go!
At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local U.S. Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Know Your Role campaign is incredibly needed and incredibly vital and important to...
Hey, we're going to bring you right back to the action as St. Mary's is going to kick off to Gold Beach. A returner waits, short kick. Miller got a few yards, but not much more as the Gold Beach offense trots back onto the field.
Brought down there by Jaden Foster and
big tackle there by Jaden Foster. All over the field today.
First and 10, Gold Beach.
I know you don't really see that DN wide receiver combination very often.
Not really. You see more wide receiver corner than anything.
Yeah.
Or the linebacker tight end combo.
Linebacker, running back.
Storms.
And off there to Temius where he stopped.
Not much yardage there on the inside run.
Brings a second down.
Stifling St. Mary's defense along the defensive line up front.
It was kind of good to see Gold Beach switch up their offense there. We started under center in the first possession, and now they're going to shotgun. That was the first play, so we'll see where they go from here. Honestly.
Making mid-game adjustments. Yeah. Always key against tough defense. And it shows that they have more tricks up their sleeve than we've seen so far.
Yep.
Motioning. Quarterback keeper. Storms took it himself.
Brought down there by Aldrich, number 44. The Crusaders brings a 3rd and 7 situation for the Panthers.
And this Gold Beach team was feared maybe not having enough guys at the beginning of the season, but here they are playing a big game against St. Mary's.
Yeah. It's good for the kids. You get to play some real top-notch competition.
Oh, fumble.
Tipped. Yeah, it was tipped right back to him. Oh, and then they got it back.
Gold Beach fell on it. That one was close. Looks like a fumble.
St. Mary's got it. Wow, that's weird. It looked like the quarterback got the ball tipped back from him. I don't know.
Yeah, big recovery there for St. Mary's. And once again, they have great field position going in. Started on their 41st, and now they're on the 28-yard line. Big defensive plays so far are the story in this one. Steady run game. Look at some lineups here in a second as we go on. Run up the middle.
Good stop there by Gold Beach.
And off to number 25, Will.
St. Mary showed extra linemen, and they Gold Beach kind of withstood all that and said we're still going to get through the line.
Yeah, just the smallest bit of hesitation there, and couldn't find much space up the middle.
Extra tight end look again.
Ailoa. Quick shovel pass. That's a few.
A little unorthodox right there. I kind of didn't really see what was going on right there.
Yeah, that one to Jaden Foster. Yeah, those trick plays are tough sometimes. Following the quarterback, he's very good at the play action. Drops back to throw, rolls out left, and he will take this one himself and throws. And that pass is complete down to the 7-yard line. And we will bring up first and goal.
First down, St. Mary's. First and goal, go.
Iloa making the right reads so far.
Oh, yeah.
Throws to the right. Shed a tackle, and we have a touchdown. That one to Jaden Foster. They'll go for two again.
And off up the middle.
And he powers his way in for two.
Number 25, Will Heike.
That one was number 25, Will Heike. And St. Mary's already out to a big lead, 16-0. 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions.
It's kind of good when you start both your drives inside the 20, 30-yard line. So
definitely field position always helps in trying to get those touchdowns. And St. Mary's will line up the kick. Gotta like what you're seeing so far from the running game. Makes it easy on the quarterback.
St. Mary's is a very good team, so they're not really letting these guys not like stay in the game. I mean, like,
yeah, basically running them out of it always helps. Field position battle, as you said. This kick a little bigger. Now return again. Runs to the left. And brought down by a gang of tacklers.
England with about a 12-yard run back. Brought down there. Number 8, Jaden Foster.
That one dropped down near the 25-yard line.
Gold Beach is going to take over their own 25-yard line. First and 10, Gold Beach.
First and 10, Gold Beach. Trenton Storms will look to get something going. Quarterback only a sophomore.
Yeah, it's tough for a sophomore quarterback coming against this tough St. Mary's team. It's tough. Just gotta make the most of it.
But you played varsity as a freshman. You know it builds experience definitely when you're that young on a varsity team.
It does, definitely, but it's still tough when you're getting worked by these older guys every single play, and it just kind of gets to you, and you're just getting worked on every single play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wear and tear on your body eventually gets to you.
We got a timeout by Gold Beach. Both teams will take a break, and we will take a break as well. Thank you again for watching this broadcast and this presentation by Table Rock Sports. Can't find the spots.
Oh, the spots?
Yeah.
Move that thingy. This thingy again. Move it.
And off to Tinius.
Game's back. Game's on.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. We have a flag on the play. Short run. We'll wait to see what the call is.
Personal foul against Gold Beach.
As the PA announcer said, personal foul on Gold Beach. And that will bring him back a little bit. For an already struggling offense, that's not what you want to see there on the offensive side of the ball.
I think that's what Kevin Swift, the coach of the Beach Panthers, came out and said to him. It was just like, just calm down, just play some football. It's going to be okay. Like,
yeah, it's early in the game. Still time here in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Just sticking to your game plan, putting it in action.
Back under center. Oh, first pass from them. Right?
Throw to the right. Strips a tackle. And he will push his way for a first down. That's number 30, Cameron Haggard.
First and 10, Gold Beach. They're going to be at the 38-yard line.
First and 10 from the 38-yard line. I'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors. Head down to your Circle K for some crispy, crunchy chicken. I know I've had it myself. It's quite delicious. Before or after the game, not during, because you're here on Table Rock Sports. Crispy, crunchy chicken. Pitch left. Hand off up the middle.
He's brought down there by number 51.
Minimal
Shawn
gain there.
Schneider.
It's a good job by St. Mary's by keeping their eyes disciplined. There's a lot of movement going with the pitch, and then the quarterback pulling and doing a lot of different things with the ball. So they're kind of keeping discipline with their eyes and not letting the ball get out of their sight.
Yeah, and it's difficult on the line of scrimmage as a defensive lineman to keep contained in that situation when you got one man rolling out and then the other man in the middle. But they were able to. Stops it for a short gain. And the sophomore quarterback will take the ball under center. Fakes the handoff and runs up the middle, but not much space. Looked like a broken play there.
Yeah, I kind of just saw that the handoff wasn't there, and then he just kind of took advantage of it and ran up the hole himself.
This man went straight for the block and had nowhere to hand off the ball.
All right, I'm gone. I mean, running for your life out there as a young kid.
But avoids disaster. No big hits, no fumble. Short gain, still third down, 3rd and 9 from the 30-yard line. Dead ball foul.
Could be,
Official signaling false start on the offense. And that's another 5 yards backwards.
Offside penalty going to go against the Panthers. This will back them up 5 yards.
Again, just staying patient, avoiding these kind of penalties is key to digging yourself out of an early hole.
Yeah.
Gold Beach coach certainly preaching that, Coach Kevin Swift. Takes the handoff, throws to the left, breaks a couple tackles.
Pass complete to Haygood.
That one complete to Haygood. Gets himself past the original line of scrimmage.
Going to be 4th and 7.
But still 4th and 7 and a ways to go. And the punt unit will come out for Gold Beach.
I was thinking maybe they go into 4-down territory, but it's smarter just to punt the ball right now. See if your defense comes up with the stop.
Yeah, just a little early. Just putting a lot of trust in their defense. That punt goes off pretty well. Good kick. But they will return.
Jaden Foster on the run back for the Crusaders. Gain of about 12 on the play.
Caden Foster gets some decent yardage on that return. But not as bad there if you're Gold Beach. Having the team start on your own side of the ball twice, this seems much better in comparison.
It just sounds like a recipe of a disaster. Honestly, it just sounds like, and it was 2 scores off of that. So see if they can muster up a stop in their own territory.
And we'll see what the St. Mary's offense can do.
I like what Gold Beach did right there. They cut all St. Mary's linemen instead of
so they couldn't
instead of St. Mary's doing the cutting, they did the cutting. It was a nice little movement right there.
Yeah, and they couldn't roll out to block for the running back going to the left. That one a short gain of about 3 yards, bringing up 2nd and 7. Hands the ball off up the middle. Big run. And he is still running. 20-10. Touchdown, St. Mary's.
It's just like when he gets past that second level of linebackers, it's just like no one's going to touch him.
No one touched him.
Yeah.
And that was Brady Eiler,
Good for the touchdown.
number 26.
58-yard touchdown run for St. Mary's.
And St. Mary's has a tendency to go for 2. And they just may do that again here.
Yeah.
As the kicking unit doesn't come out. But big play there by St. Mary's. And the story of the day so far is just the running game up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And they will run it in again for 2.
2-point conversion, good. Josh Covington on the run for the St. Mary's Crusaders.
Josh Covington there, and that will bring our score 24-0 St. Mary's. Big run game so far.
Gold Beach 0.
And that will bring us to a break as we get ready to come back here. Once again, we thank you again for watching Table Rock Sports.
Let's go! At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local US Cellular.
Back to receive for the Panthers.
And we are back. Haygood Miller back to receive for Gold Beach. As St. Mary's has had a habit of kicking the ball off tonight. Short kick.
Kind of just a smart idea right there, following it. Get as much field position as possible.
Tristan May calls on the ball.
Yeah, St. Mary's putting trust in their defense there by kicking it short, not letting Gold Beach's athletes make any big plays. And Gold Beach will look to pick up on that last drive. They got a little bit of momentum, then had to punt the ball.
Rodriguez up the middle.
Inside run.
About 1 or 2 on the play.
That was Rodriguez. Got around 2 or 3 yards on the play, bringing up 2nd down. Make it 2 yards. Windy day here out on the Oregon coast. To be expected here.
Yeah. Where 1 layer isn't enough ever.
And I have 0 layers.
Yeah.
Just the t-shirt and the shorts that I'm wearing.
Crazy, man.
You can forget where you're going sometimes.
Yeah, honestly. Had a couple of those days.
That one pitched and a big hit.
By number 22, Jonah Hadley for a loss on the play.
That one, Jonah Hadley.
Brings up a 3rd and 13 for
The wide receiver defensive back combo. Lots of two-way players on both teams. You kind of have to at the high school level, especially 4, 5, and 3A.
Yep. You don't have the dispense of 55 guys of coming to try out for your program. You got 33, and then injuries, so then you're down to 25, and then whatever else happens. So you're probably only down to, like, realistically the 22 guys that you have on the field.
Yeah, 22-man football through and through. Guys got playing both ways. Drops back to throw. Big throw to the left. And that one just out of the reach of his receiver. That one intended for Haygood, number 30. Gold Beach just trying to get some offense going, and you may be approaching 4-down territory as you continue to play through the game.
Yeah.
Still in the first quarter here, down big. They might have to think about it, but we'll bring out their punt unit. As we approach 50 seconds left in the first quarter, short punt takes a friendly Gold Beach roll. And that one's out of bounds at the 45-yard line, so once again, good field position here for St. Mary's starting on offense. We'd like to thank John L. Scott for sponsoring Table Rock Sports. As you can see on your screen there's the John L. Scott scoreboard. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for making this possible, for the fans, for the players, and for us.
Double motion. I wonder where it's going.
Motion's the man, but he will drop back to throw. Caught over the middle.
Wow.
Oh, no, it's dropped.
Kind of just started running before he actually caught the ball. It's the worst for a receiver. It's kind of like the Cardinals did. You look the ball into your hands, and then you start running.
Yeah, ran before he caught the ball. Kobe Aldridge, who I believe they call him Gronk amongst the team. That's his nickname.
Looks like a Gronk. He's moving pretty well.
Sure does. Plays baseball, too. Oh. Ailoa pulls the ball himself. Wow. Still running down the sideline. And will go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. The kid can run, too.
Yep. Showed us some talent with his arm, moving out of the pocket and throwing the ball. Now he's getting out of the pocket and running the ball using his legs.
He saw that drop throw, and he said, I'll do it myself.
Yep.
Got just about as many yards as he would have on that throw.
I don't know. He might have been gone on that catch. He was moving that fast. I feel like
he was rumbling down the field.
Yeah.
You are right. That one down to about the 21-yard line of Gold Beach. Motions to the left.
Ooh.
Fakes the throw, play action, short toss out to his tight end.
I like all the little movements of by St. Mary's quarterback. They just everything's so subtle and it's so smooth. I just love it. I don't know. I like the little quarterback that they got.
Yeah, he has some great play action execution today.
Yeah.
A little bit of redemption there for Gronk as he gets the catch, albeit short. And that's the end of the first quarter here. 24-0 St. Mary's over Gold Beach. We're going to take a little break. Thank you all for watching. And we're back on the field here in Gold Beach, Oregon. Sun just starting to set as we begin the second quarter.
Something we don't like to see. It means it's getting colder.
As the temperature drops. Ailoa drops back to throw, fakes the throw.
Wow.
And makes that one. And that one is caught for a touchdown.
Oh, I'm going to mark him on the one, I think.
Mark him short. Looks like they will mark him at the 1 yard line. But first and goal, no shortage of offense here for St. Mary's, as Ailoa has several touchdown throws, several runs for a touchdown as well. Has a lot of help from his running backs today.
Yeah. These receivers getting open when plays seem not to be the essential play, but he still finds a way to make it happen.
That one handed off. That one, once again, Kobe Aldrich. Kind of their do-it-all fullback, tight end hybrid.
Got to have one of those guys on the field.
One of those guys that are just hard to bring down.
They got a couple of those guys. They got Trey, I think his name. Trey, number 8. I forget his name.
Yeah, number 8, Trayvon Foster.
Yeah, Trayvon Foster. Yeah, a couple of those guys. He plays D end receiver. Like, that's a unique combination, like you said. So got the quarterback. He kind of does it all. He throws it, runs it. So it's a really nice little combination they got going on at St. Mary's.
Yeah, we got a timeout here by St. Mary's as they will talk about it here on the 1-yard line. Don't want to rush into anything. Want to put the cap on this game here with a touchdown.
Oh, what are they doing? Oh, look at this. No, they didn't. I think they changed uniform numbers. I could have swore they just did that.
I've seen it happen before with swing guys and varsity players.
No, I swear I just saw number 24 go into the game. Is there number 24 on the roster? Number 24 just went to the game with no jersey on prior to that. So,
and it happens, especially when certain numbers can't play certain positions. You'll see a trade every once in a while.
Yeah. Huh. It's interesting. Looks like he's lining up in that tight end spot.
Yeah, it looks like he's lining up at tight end.
Yeah.
Probably in there for blocking unless they run a trick play. Motions out Foster to the right.
Oh, look at the trick play. What did we
thrown.
What did we say?
And number 24 was not in there for no reason. Not listed on the roster, but touchdown all the same for St. Mary's.
There's something fishy about that whole situation right there.
Great game planning there by head coach Jamie Summers. And in St. Mary's routine style, they will go for 2 here, as we haven't seen the kicking unit come out yet today.
Oh.
But we will see them here. Always wary of the fake play. That ball is up. And it was blocked. That was number 9, Dylan Edwards for Gold Beach with the block there. And St. Mary's can't capitalize on that one, but they do get the touchdown. And the score is 30-0. St. Mary's over Gold Beach.
Look it. See? Look, I knew I wasn't crazy. Do you see it?
As my partner alluded, they did switch a jersey to get the man in the game. And that was a lineman on the play. Yeah. That was number 51, Shawn Schneider, who also, I believe, had a touchdown last week on another trick play, as we got to talk to him in the studio. As a former lineman myself, I always love to see linemen go out there and get themselves a touchdown.
It's the best feeling.
And you almost want that for your lineman as a skill player.
It's like you will him in there almost.
That one bounces, but returnable. And he is tackled at the 31-yard line.
I really am admiring Gold Beach is playing hard no matter what, though. They seem to keep coming back, keep fighting.
Yeah, Gold Beach, of course, playing hard. Had a few drives where it looked like they had some momentum, but costly penalties bringing them back. Seen some good throws by their quarterback. And number 30, Cameron Haygood, also having a good game through the air with 2 big catches. We'll line up under center again, hoping for a spark and an inside run play. And a fumble.
Oh. Wow.
We'll see what they call if it was down.
Panthers turn it over.
And a big recovery by St. Mary's there on the fumble. It looked like progress was stopped. But a turnover there. And the possession marker goes over to St. Mary's.
It's a tough one for Gold Beach right there.
Yeah, tough sledding right now for Gold Beach.
I think they did. Okay, they did stop forward progress. So, yeah, they called forward progress off.
Okay. Possession remains for Gold Beach in a decent run of around 3 or 4 yards there. So no fumble for St. Mary's. Another handoff up the middle for Rodriguez. This one moves the pile. First down for the Panthers. Signals to move the chains. First and 10 there for Gold Beach. And a little bit of life in this offense right now after that near turnover. Another handoff up the middle. And he continues to run. Seemingly got lost in the pile there.
Moved the pile.
Nobody saw it coming.
That's what's so interesting about this offense. It's just like it may seem dead, like stagnant, and then the guy comes out of the pile out of nowhere and gains 4 extra yards.
Breaks off a big play. And Gold Beach needs a little bit of skill and luck to swing their way to dig up out of this hole. Still early in the second quarter here with about 9 minutes left. Another inside run by Rodriguez.
Rodriguez looking to be the workhorse right now. That's like 4 or 5 consistent runs straight to him right there, huh?
He really is. Josh Rodriguez also playing defensive end, a junior. First down for the Gold Beach Panthers. And Trenton Storns, the quarterback, number 13, really trusting his running offense here. As Gold Beach finally finding some life in their offense. Another run up the middle. Around a 4 or 5 yard gain. And I say, if something isn't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Gold Beach is totally content with this. It's 1, killing time off the clock. 2, you're gaining 3, 4 yards every carry. So they're not going to stop it.
And then until they do stop you, then keep running. Another inside run. This one doesn't yield many yards, maybe 1 or 2.
St. Mary's runs that 3-4 up front D, so they are liable to those inside gaps very heavily. So that's why these little inside runs that we're seeing from the Panthers are working so well, because that gap's already established. All the linemen have to do is just push them out one way, and then
no nose tackle in their scheme.
There is a nose tackle. He's just playing straight in the middle. He's playing dead in the middle of everything.
Dead in the middle.
Yep.
Another short handoff, and that will bring up 4th down.
Fumble on the play. Storage recovered it. Going to be 4th down, Gold Beach.
Briefly lost the ball, but Gold Beach got the
4 down territory we've been talking about.
Listen back. Yeah. And at this point, you kind of have to just keep the rhythm going for your offense here in the second quarter and try to get some life maybe into your throwing game here on 4th and 5. Or should I say 4th and 6.
Oh, shotgun.
Storns does line up in shotgun, but before that, we have a timeout on the field. Kevin Swift would just like to talk about this for a second. Be sure to download the new version of our free app. Watch all the Table Rock Sports Network events on your phone, tablet, PC, or anywhere you connect for free. We have the entire control center, all the YouTube videos in one place now on the website.
Oh, speaking of that, we should probably check some scores to games, huh?
Yeah, we should get some scores. If you'll be kind enough to pull those up.
Of course.
Got lots of great action going on around the state. All those games here on Table Rock Sports. All of our partners are around watching all those high school games.
All right, 7-0, South Medford at, who are they playing, McMinnville, right?
Yeah.
Yep, McMinnville. North Medford at Mountain View. It's probably the game of the night in our opinion. Oh, wow. North Medford 14-0.
And that's a big game. Mountain View, of course, had a close one against Grants Pass last week.
Oh, wow.
Big run play up the middle.
Wow.
First down, and that's the life that Gold Beach was looking for in their offense.
Josh Covington, first and 10, Gold Beach.
First and 10 for Gold Beach. Big run by Covington. And you have to like that if you're the coach.
Yeah. Designed it to make it look like a pass play and then runs it with the quarterback. Couldn't have done it any better.
And back to the inside run. But of course, running one of those running plays on 4th and long has to take guts.
Yeah. It's something the defense isn't planning for, especially right after a timeout. You think that they're planning up this master route scheme, and then nope, they're just planning just to run the ball down your throat on 3rd and
most definitely
4th down, whatever it was. It's a good play call.
That one run up the middle.
Hand off to Kenny, that's up the middle.
And since they got that first down, just going back to their game plan, inside runs, chewing up some clock.
Yeah, they've had the ball for about 4 or 5 minutes already.
Yeah, nearly the entire quarter here, as they're just playing at their own pace, not trying to match St. Mary's, flying around the field, and getting some good yards out of this drive. Trenton Storns lines up under center, hands off again.
Hand off once again to Tinius.
And that one might bring up 4th and short. We'll see where they mark the down marker. Yeah, 4th and short there for the offense.
North Medford. Wow, 21-0 now.
North Medford just went up 21-0, as Caleb said, over Mountain View.
Oh, there
Tough
was a flag
game
on that play, so it might be. Yeah, I think it just came back, honestly. So, all right, back to this game.
Lines up again.
Oh,
no. And that pitch doesn't go quite as they planned it out, and they may have gotten the ball back, but it would be a turnover on downs anyway. And we'll see a change of possession here as St. Mary's gets the ball back on offense. And a tough end to a really good drive there by Gold Beach.
Not what you really want to see right there. It's tough.
St. Mary's.
Runs right up the middle. Big play. Cuts to the left. And is tackled down just beyond the 50-yard line. It's Gold Beach territory. That one, Brady Eiler again, number 26.
Brought down there by number 3, Landon Miller.
Pitcher for the baseball team.
St. Mary's.
And as we've seen all night, these big run plays just chewing up Gold Beach's defense.
Yeah.
St. Mary's knows what they're doing up the middle. Great play action game by their quarterback, Ailoa. That one
very good tackle.
Is a handoff left. That was Josh Covington.
Tackled there again by number 3, Landon Miller.
But good defensive execution there by the defensive end to keep contain on the outside. That was Landon Miller by Gold Beach. That will bring up 2nd and long. Iloa drops back to throw. Will roll out right. Pulls the ball himself. And will get the first down.
Number 3, Landon Miller and Max Bradley.
And that was a big run of around 17 yards. And as we've seen all night, he can pull the ball, he can throw the ball, and he can run play action. Very dangerous quarterback. Motions left.
Oh, wow.
One-handed pitch to the outside left. And brings him down by the edge of his collar. That was number 25, Will Heike. That was a really interesting pitch with one hand to the left.
It's kind of weird.
Don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Me either. I've only seen like the two-hand kind of just shuffle, but not the... Oh, no, that was weird.
It was a one-hand flip to the outside.
Like
Double motion.
Oh, wow.
Hand the ball up the middle.
Number 33, Josh Rodriguez on the stop for a
Minimal yardage tackle there by Josh Rodriguez, the big running back. He's been all over the field today for Gold Beach.
Running that power, running the power up the middle and making some tackles on the ends. I mean, kind of a player for them, only a junior. He's got another good senior year to look forward to also. So
has a good set of skills. Will drop back and throw. Big throw to the outside. Touchdown!
I was waiting for that one kind of all night. It was just like, we might have the advantage out there.
Yeah, has a whole head over everybody else. Trayvon Foster, the senior wide receiver for St. Mary's.
6'5", 6'6", what does it say on there?
No height listed, but he's got to be close.
Yeah.
And we'll see what they do here. We'll go for 2. Throw, and no good. Out of bounds.
2-point conversion, no good. Pass intended for Aldridge.
And that will bring our score 36-0 St. Mary's over Gold Beach. No shortage of fireworks by both teams, plays being made on both sides of the ball, but St. Mary's leads the game today.
Yeah, it's kind of just capitalizing on all the mistakes being made by Gold Beach. I mean, Gold Beach has had their drives. They've been driving it down the field, but it's just those little mistakes that have kind of ended their drives for sure. So if maybe they limit some of those mistakes, we'll be able to put some points on the board at least.
Yeah, and St. Mary's has certainly capitalized, turning all those mistakes into points.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to run a short break here, and then we'll be right back for the kickoff. And we are back. Kicks deep. And brought down by several St. Mary's players. That went out to the 25-yard line, brought down by number 26, Brady Eiler. And a nice crowd out here to support their home team here in Gold Beach.
Gold Beach is notorious for that. So basically all these coast towns are, but Gold Beach even more so. I mean, I've kind of seen that experience at the team camp that they used to have every single year. And it's kind of welcoming and just warming. They really love their football, so it's, no matter how good or bad the team is, they kind of always just come out and support.
Yeah, and it's always really encouraging to see those fans come out and support their team.
I mean, stands are full on their side. I mean, you got cars, fire trucks, all on the other side of their sideline. You got a bunch of just good food. I mean, it's just a good little venue that they got on here.
Got a timeout. Timeout by Gold Beach. We'll discuss before they start their drive here. 2nd and long. Tune in to News 10, KTVL Channel 10, Friday at 11:10 for Friday Night Football with Joe Brett. Tonight to check out all the scores of the games, highlight plays, and action from around the state. Lots of good games going on right now. We got you one right here. We'll check at halftime what the scores of some of the other games around the state are.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that we do all these games all over the state. It just still blows my mind.
It just kind of connects everybody.
Yeah. Oh, really good.
Big throw down the middle. Can't find a receiver.
Cameron Hagan, incomplete.
That one intended for his favorite receiver, Cameron Haygood, and they've both had a busy day throwing to one another. Trenton Storms, the quarterback. And sometimes you learn more from a loss than a win if you're a young quarterback. These kind of experiences against teams like St. Mary's definitely give you that experience necessary to play some big games later on. And early season losses are...
I haven't looked at Gold Beach's roster either, but they look like a relatively young team. Like, how many seniors do they have? I guarantee it's probably not many.
They have a few, definitely mostly on the defensive side of the ball. The running back core is all seniors, as you've seen.
Okay. So I mean, like, we have some stuff to build off of. I mean, you got a young quarterback. We got some young backs. I mean, young linemen. So we have some stuff to build on, especially after not almost being able to field the team this year. So if you get some kids encouraged to play about playing football, then you could probably get a nice little squad going on.
Yeah, and just spreading the game to all those who love it around town, and just seeing who wants to play. It's always great to have guys want to go out there and play.
Yeah, you know, the family and the parents are going to come support you no matter what, good or bad. Doesn't matter. Clearly see it here tonight.
That one, delay of game on the offense. Play clock ran all the way down. No snap.
Delay of game against the Panthers. Back about 5 yards.
Won't use their timeouts here with about a minute left in the half. That one backs them up just a little bit. Fourth and around 20 as they drop back to punt. And not a problem taking that delay game there. Give your punter a little room. Not a huge kick there as the ball lands in Gold Beach territory.
Yeah, just trying to give the offense less time to score because, you know, St. Mary's can bite off a big chunk play in one play. We've seen it 2 or 3 times just in deny it, and you've probably seen it in other games. So you know how explosive they are on offense.
Definitely, in Gold Beach just trying to limit the bleeding here. As
go into halftime, and then you tell your kids, all right, 0-0, you scratch everything off the board. Like, let's just play clean half of football. Like, no worries.
Yep. And St. Mary's will see what they can get out of this drive. Starter's still out on the field. You never want to turn in on these games no matter how the score looks, because stuff like that can happen. And it's a fumble, but they will recover. And St. Mary's gets the ball right back.
So fortunate. So fortunate.
A lot of bounces going their way tonight. Gold Beach has not been the benefactor of a few plays that could have swung the game in their favor potentially. And like I was saying before that fumble happened, you can't give up too soon in these games because any number of plays can happen. Drops back to throw. Big throw down the sideline.
Good defense. Really
and it is broken up. As you said, great defense there on the outside.
Beat, he got beat, and then he was like, all right, put his head down and got moving, and it was like, made a good play on the ball.
Sometimes it just takes getting an arm up. Try to interfere with the ball. And that one goes from disaster to a third down for St. Mary's. Gold Beach fortunate there. Executed on that second down play. And I imagine St. Mary's has more in their bag of tricks here. Handoff right. Big run up the middle. But he is brought down.
Clock can still run.
Clock continues to run, as you said. 18 seconds left, and a timeout will be called.
Timeout, Crusaders.
And it looks like St. Mary's still wants to put some points on the board. Timeout with 18 seconds left. Won't run it out. Wants to keep their foot on the gas pedal. Once again, we'd like to thank all our sponsors. Head down after the game to Arby's, where they have the meats, and they mean it, before or after the game. Go get yourself something to eat. Always builds up an appetite here at sporting events like this. I know I'm getting a little hungry. Long drive ahead of us back home. But it's always good to see some football out here on the coast. Good view of the ocean where we're standing. Hands up the middle. That's number. That's Caden Aldridge, brother of Kobe Aldridge, the two big number 33 and 44.
Oh, interception, right? Yep.
Yeah, that's picked off for Gold Beach in the end zone. St. Mary's got a little aggressive there, and Gold Beach finally capitalized on a defensive play. And 6 seconds left in the game. We'll see if they can turn this into points or kneel out the game and see if they can pick it up in the second half.
Probably just kneel it out, kill it. Like I said, go into halftime with a fresh new mindset. New game, 0-0.
And no matter what the score is, you'd love to see effort from your team on the defensive end, making plays, not taking time off. And as you said, they will likely kneel this out right here and take us into halftime. And that brings us to the half.
That's going to end the half. St. Mary's Crusaders 36, Gold Beach Panthers 0.
Score right now, 36-0, St. Mary's over Gold Beach. As we begin halftime, we'd like to thank you again for joining us here on Table Rock Sports. We're going to take an extended break here as the halftime entertainment comes out, the band, and all the fans take a break. Thank you again for watching this broadcast.
What is education? Is it desks in a line? Is it reading from a textbook? Or should it be something more?
St. Mary's is a really special place. and it's hard to understand that unless you visit, unless you spend time here.
And the kids here are just wonderful.
It makes teaching easy because they want to learn and they're very respectful.
They care about each other. They know how to collaborate and work together. They know how to figure out complex problems.
They respond to enthusiasm and they develop their own enthusiasm, which is something that I feed off as a teacher.
We care for them as a whole, as an individual. It's not just about my subject. We care about all parts of that student.
One of the benefits of our project-based learning program in the middle school is that students are able to take what they're learning and make something really creative and inventive and exciting, and they're also very invested in it because it's real to them.
The students really get involved and get to learn problem solving through a hands-on approach. Through our mod system, they can take an engineering class and see if it's for them, but then maybe realize that they want to do something a little more creative and then take some art classes and find out that architecture might be their thing.
This is education for the 21st century. Our programming is designed to teach people to think outside the box.
This year we have students from 11 different countries, plus all of our American students, so we're an international campus. Students learn from each other. Local students learn from students who come to go to school here. In the classrooms, they really add to what is happening, and that benefits the local students.
A great education is more than just what happens inside the classroom. It's what happens when students learn about competition, about teamwork, about how to win and how to lose. It's about learning how to become who they need to become. I think what's most important about this is that you know that kid sitting in front of you, you see them as an individual, and you understand that you can have an impact on their life and inspire them to find out something about themselves that they didn't know existed, and that they can leave this school and they can go off and do some great things with their lives, whatever that may be. I feel like we're doing something pretty special and spectacular at this place. It's so inspiring, not only for myself, these students, but for everybody who works here, for everybody who comes here. To be part of St. Mary's is something that is truly extraordinary.
And we are back. Some halftime entertainment there as the kids are all having fun dancing out there. Got lots of games going on around the state. We'll get some scores here shortly, but for now, we have some highlight plays there in the first half. 14-0 is the score for South Metford over McMinnville right now. This was the first touchdown. This is the second touchdown for St. Mary's there in the first quarter. That was a big play there. And we are going to go to another commercial break. Thank you again for watching this broadcast of Table Rock Sports. Around 6.5 minutes left here in the half. We're going to get some more replays here for you and highlight plays. No shortage of offense from St. Mary's today, as it's seemingly been one touchdown after another. This one the aftermath of their third touchdown.
We're part of the same club. There you go.
Hey, brother. Did you say your quarterback's name?
That one was a big play for Gold Beach on their biggest throw of the night. Of course, number 30, Cameron Haygood, having a great night tonight for Gold Beach. Making some positives out of this score.
How y'all doing?
And we're going to go to one more break. Thank you again for watching this presentation of Table Rock Sports. We have a few minutes left before the teams come back out. What do you think Gold Beach should work on in the second half if they're going to come back potentially in this game?
Well, they had, I think it was 3 turnovers just in the first half. So if they limit 3 of those three turnovers, maybe they could have presented those into points. So that's 21 points. 21 to 36 right now looks a lot better than 30. 6-0. So, I don't know. It just, like, if they limit the turnovers, maybe they'd have more opportunities to get in the end zone.
Yeah, and all these points not coming at once, it's a few mistakes here and there that equal different opportunities for St. Mary's. And as you said, if they can limit those, they could potentially get themselves back in the game. But they have to do it one play at a time. They can't try to get it all back at once.
And it seems like that's what they were really wanting to do. One play at a time. They had a couple possessions where they were driving it down the field, and then boom, fumble. And then you can't really prevent those type of things. They kind of just happen in a football game.
Yeah, had those inside runs by Rodriguez, just taking it one play at a time, 3-4 yard chunks.
Mm-hmm.
And
it eventually
weren't
gets
doing
to you.
too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it eventually gets to you, especially if you're carrying the ball 4 or 5 times in a row like that. The ball might pop out, and I mean.
And we might see some reserves here for St. Mary's in the second half. Maybe Rodriguez gets some bigger runs up the middle, breaks off a couple. But we will see, and we will run a spot right now, and we will be back. Thank you so much for watching this broadcast. We have around 3.5 minutes left before the game begins again. Thank you.
At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local US Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Know Your Role campaign is incredibly needed and incredibly vital and important to establish boundaries, safe boundaries for children to play.
It's got to be a proactive culture where everybody enjoys the game.
At least creates awareness that some things need to change in order for the youth sports world and even actually the adult sports world to continue.
Knowing your role means that the parent, the coach, the referee, the fans, we all have a role.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is the guy from Lithia who made it all possible, Carlos.
Hey, Carlos.
You want someone who's going to take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guy during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
The days grow long, and the last school bell rings, calling you to pack a bag, grab the kids, and hit the road to that fabled land of green, where adventure drifts with you on the water and carries you through the trees. So let curiosity get the best of you and take the trail less traveled to Southern Oregon. Your journey begins when you travel Medford.
We are back to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week as St. Mary's comes back onto the field to warm up. Gold Beach, of course, in the end zone near the scoreboard warming up themselves. And both teams have fought hard today, but the scoreboard doesn't necessarily tell the story of that, and it usually doesn't in many of these games.
No. It's football. I mean, usually both teams are fighting hard, but one team's putting points up on the board, so it's just there's always a winner and loser, but it doesn't mean teams aren't competing as hard as one another.
Yeah, and about 2.5 minutes left before we get back under action. St. Mary's based out of Medford, Oregon, of course playing in the same league as the Cascade Christian Challengers. We've seen that rivalry a couple times, and these kind of games are a good practice for St. Mary's just to get some non-league competition, get ready for their division.
That division is, I think it's kind of tough, honestly. I mean, Cascade is always usually pretty tough. They got, who else? Sutherland's usually pretty tough. Usually some big boys out there. I know South Umpqua is also in their conference, and they usually got some pretty big boys up there, too. So, I mean, they have a pretty not like heavy loaded conference, but it's well rounded. And I mean, Cascade is a very, very pristine team. They always seem to make it to the semifinal in their conference. So I mean, that's who they have to see every single year, and
you
could say get ready for that.
You could say it's a solid schedule.
Yeah.
St. Mary's 2-1 right now on the year. Up next after this game, they will head to Douglas at Douglas High School. And Gold Beach as I deal with technology. Gold Beach is 0-3 on the year. They will head to Oakland next, which is in Central Oregon on I-5. Oakland plays in the Roseburg area.
Yeah, I know where it's at. That's far from here.
It is pretty decent drive from Gold Beach.
That's far. Wow.
But it doesn't look like that's their next game, as some of these games are out of order. Actually, they'll play Actually, they'll play Lost River next week at Lost River.
Where's that? That sounds farther than Oakland, honestly.
Lost River, I believe, is also on the coast, a little up the coast.
Cool. Oh yeah, are they about to get into conference play? Is that what
I believe they are. I
Yeah.
think next week they get into conference play.
Take it away for the Panthers.
And we have the second half beginning now. Beginning of the third quarter as Gold Beach kicks off.
Ball kicked out of bounds down at about the 26-yard line.
That one makes it to the 26-yard line, out of bounds. Of course, flag on the play.
No flag. I think they waved it off.
I believe you're right, and that'll bring them to what looks like
St. Mary's are going to take over at their own 25-yard line.
at their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. And Gold Beach needs a concerted defensive effort here to prevent any more St. Mary's points on the board. Big run to the outside, to the left. One man to beat. Continues to run down the field. Spin. And they will mark him out of bounds. They're at the 40-yard line.
So he's going to be out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
And another big run for St. Mary's that continues. And they do as they've done all game.
Yeah. Just what you said, you can't even say it any better. Doing what they've done all game. Just run the ball.
Aileloa drops back to throw.
Wow.
Big throw down the middle.
Oh.
Just over the hands. That was Kobe Aldrich, the tight end, just out of his reach. And that's two big plays to Kobe Aldrich.
Yeah, okay. I was seeing if you would notice, but yeah, it's two now. 2 touchdowns.
2
Wonder
touchdowns.
How he's feeling today.
Yeah, that one, of course, just out of his reach.
Yeah.
But that first one was a drop. But he will have more opportunities here as it's only 2nd down in Gold Beach territory. That one a run up the middle. But corralled there by Gold Beach defense. The Panthers, of course, trying to limit the bleeding up the middle, establish, contain, and stay in their lanes to prevent any more rushing yards for St. Mary's. Aileloa drops back to throw. Might try it again. Another big play down the middle, and that one's caught.
Pass complete to number 21, Josh Covington. Brought down there by number 17, Christian May of the Panthers. First and 10, St. Mary's.
Tackled by Tristan May, number 17. Catch by Covington for St. Mary's. Drops back and takes the ball himself up the middle.
Reverse. Number 44, Caden Aldridge.
Nope, will hand off to Caden Aldridge, number 44. Fullback up the middle.
On the stop for Gold Beach.
They look over to coach to get the play call. Drops back to throw. Complete up the middle.
21.
Tackled high. That was number 21, Josh Covington again for the catch.
Where he's hit hard there by Landon Miller. First down, St. Mary's. Ball on the 9-yard line.
And first and goal for St. Mary's. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the right, and that one skips on the ground. Once again, very close for Aldridge.
Incomplete, brings up second down.
Incomplete pass, second down on the play for St. Mary's, once again in the red zone. And that has been a common theme tonight. Drops back to throw. Thrown to the outside and dropped again.
Pass intended once again for Aldridge. Just off the tip of his fingers.
Aldridge again with the opportunity to make a play and might very well have been a touchdown. But we will face third down again. Have to be a little frustrated for Aldridge. Another opportunity to make a catch. But always dangerous. Very good route runner, as we've seen tonight, has been getting open consistently down the middle. Covington motions to the left. Aileloa drops back to throw, and touchdown! St. Mary's. And they put up 6 more points on the board.
For the Crusaders scored.
And a methodical drive leads them to another touchdown. The score now 42-0 as St. Mary's will go for 2. Run up the middle, swarmed. No good.
No good. Stopped there by number 57, Ethan Carpenter, and a little help from his buddy, Landon Timius.
Stopped by number 57, Ethan Carpenter, the senior.
9 minutes and 32 seconds left here in the third quarter. St. Mary's Crusaders 42, Gold Beach Panthers.
St. Mary's up 42-0. And a fireworks show being put on today by St. Mary's offense.
Yeah. Did it with the run, did it with the pass, kind of just done it with everything. It's a good offensive display by them.
Brother to kick it away for the Crusaders.
Will kick off. That one rolls and takes a bounce to the returner. Haygood rolls out to the right, breaks a few tackles, and he will go down at around the 30-yard line.
Flag on the play.
But there is a flag on the play.
Oh, gosh, that's a quarterback, too. What is he doing? That was not a smart play.
Personal foul against St. Mary's.
They called that against Eiley Lowe, right?
Yeah, that was not a smart play. He could easily got ejected for that. That was a blindsided play. He was about 30 yards away from the play, and it was after the play, realistically. So it's just not a smart play for him.
And definitely as a quarterback of the team, you don't want to take yourself out of the game on those special teams plays. The fact that you're in on special teams up 42 is already slightly questionable.
Like we said, it's all 22 for these guys, so.
Yeah. Just making sure you prevent injuries and
ejections or anything like that, you know.
Yeah, that personal foul penalty was called on St. Mary's and will result in some better field position for Gold Beach here. Gold Beach trying to find a spark here on offense.
Gold Beach is going to take over at the 41-yard line.
Trenton Storms might have to start throwing the ball more here as they find themselves down. And he will do just that to the outside.
Pass complete to Haygood.
That one to his favorite receiver, Haygood, out to the left, short gain of around 3 yards.
4 on the play. Eli Haynes on the stop for the Crusaders. Second down, Gold Beach.
I'd like to thank one of our sponsors, U.S. Cellular and Siskiyou Cellular. Drop in today or call. Hands the ball off.
Hand off to Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, once again, he's had a busy night.
On the play.
You really can't ask much more from him.
Yeah, he has been there every down back, and you have to like his effort no matter what the score says.
So it's just like it's playing both sides of the ball, making plays, so you can't really ask much more from him.
Making a difference on both sides of the ball. Once again, Storms will take the ball under center. Takes a big hit, but his fullback's able to take the Panthers for a first down up the middle.
Walker. First down, Gold Beach.
And we got a timeout. Timeout by Gold Beach as they run back to the sideline to discuss the next play call. I'd like to thank Bill's Glass for sponsoring Table Rock Sports. When you hear that crash, think Bill's Glass. Drops back to throw. Throw to the outside. Off of one hand. Falls to the ground. That one intended for number 30, Cameron Haygood.
Brings up a second down. Last call for 50-50 tickets for Project
Gold Beach trying to take advantage of field position here and get their offense going, not repeating some of the early stories we saw where they'd get some yardage and then turnover or two would occur. Quarterback staying poised, hands off up the middle, about 4 yards. That was number 11.
Connor Walker on the stop for the Crusaders. 3rd down, Gold Beach.
Landon Timaeus. He'll go straight back to the sideline. Around 7 minutes left in the third quarter here. 3rd down and 7. Hands the ball off up the middle again. Not much yardage there. That will bring up roughly 4th and 8 here for Gold Beach. Panthers have a ways to go for a first down. And it looks like the punting unit will come out onto the field just trying to get through this one healthy.
Jaden Foster.
Always wary of the fake. Big snap, big punt down the middle. Gets the ball in open space. And Jaden Foster will be brought down.
Foster stopped down there at the 45-yard line by number 9, Dylan Edwards, and number 13, Justin Storms. Trenton Storms.
Yeah, the quarterback making the tackle there, number 13, Trenton Storms, teaming up with Dylan Edwards, number 9. Bring him down. He quite possibly could have had just one man to beat for a touchdown if he hadn't have been there. Good play for the quarterback from Gold Beach. Hands the ball off left to the outside. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. And they finally bring him down.
He's brought down to the turf there by number 11, Landon Timaeus.
That's Brady Eiler.
Gain of about 6 on the play. 2nd and 4, Crusaders.
2nd and 4. St. Mary's may be just content here to run the ball, try to take off as much time as they can. Still have their starters in as Ailey Eloa drops back to throw. Big throw. Just out of the reach of his receiver.
Pass intended.
That one intended for Jaden Foster.
Brings a 3rd and 4 for St. Mary's.
Few substitutions going in as Eiler splits out left. Another big throw up the middle. On that one, tipped and intercepted for Gold Beach. And a great defensive play there. And that's the turnover they badly needed to stay in this game. And that one gets the home fans going.
Gold Beach is going to take over at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, Panthers.
As you heard, Gold Beach taking over the 39-yard line. 1st and 10. And we'll see what this Gold Beach offense can do once again now that they have the ball back. Drops back to throw. Big throw out right just over the head of his receiver. And Trenton Storms getting more aggressive here as the game progresses, as the time winds down.
Yeah, he has to. I mean, only way put your team into it.
Trying to get his team back in the game. Get some good throws in.
Rodriguez in the game for the Panthers.
Wind speed picking up and the temperature dropping out here in Gold Beach on the coast. Still have plenty of football left as the clock winds down in the third quarter. Actually, the clock has stopped, and they don't realize it. Runs to the outside, and he's tripped up.
Jordan's on the carry. Brought down there by Brady Eiler. And number 8, Jaden Foster.
Drops back to throw, pulls the ball himself, but won't find much room before the St. Mary's defense swarms and takes him down for a short gain. No gain on the play, still fourth. That will bring up fourth down, I should say.
Number 51, Shawn Schneider.
And the punting team comes out for Gold Beach.
Storage to punt it away for the Panthers.
Gets a running start on that punt, but a good ball down the field is returnable. And he will take off down the right sideline. One man to beat. Stiff arm. Touchdown.
Jaden Foster goes
All the way for a touchdown there for St. Mary's on the big return.
About a 68-yard run back for Foster in for the score.
That was number 10, Jaden Foster, the freshman receiver for St. Mary's.
He almost broke that last one, so I was kind of expecting him to make a big play on one of these tonight. So there it was.
Yeah, lots of big throws being thrown his way. Got this one and returned it all the way for a touchdown.
St. Mary's two-point conversion, no good.
No good on the two-point conversion. Another run up the middle. And Gold Beach limits it to just 6 points, but once again, big special teams play on that last one by Jaden Foster. And you felt like he was going to break off one eventually, like you said.
St. Mary's Crusaders, 48. Gold Beach Panthers, 0.
And at that, we will take a short break as both teams convene and discuss their strategies. And we may not have to, as they're heading out there now. But once again, we'd like to thank you for watching this broadcast, joining us, making us part of your Friday night, as I'm sure you're watching your favorite teams here on Table Rock Sports. We appreciate you coming out to the game and giving us your time. Kicks the ball off. That one returnable. Shakes one tackler, but not the second.
Miller on the return.
That was
for the Panthers.
Landon Miller, number 3 for the Panthers.
On the stop for the St. Mary's Crusaders. Gold Beach is going to take over on their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
Clock continues to run. The score is 48-0, as you can see on your John L. Scott scoreboard.
It might just be running clock now. I don't know. Who knows?
Possibly running clock as we wind down in this game. Big score for St. Mary's. And a lot of running plays in this one. This game has practically flown by. Takes the play to the right. Another quarterback keeper there.
Yep.
As we were talking about before the game, Gold Beach has a run-centric offense, and they've certainly put that on display tonight with Rodriguez and their sophomore quarterback taking a lot of these plays.
Yeah.
and running with it.
Yeah, basically.
Doing all we can to stay warm out here.
Ooh, yay.
That one a good run up the middle.
I wonder who that is. Rodriguez.
And guess who?
Was it him? Yeah.
Josh Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Number 33, the junior, having a very busy day, as we've said. And
A.J. Borvansky on the stop for the Crusaders.
Love his passion for this game. Like his heart.
if you're going to take any positive from this game, you have to look to your performers and how hard he's ran all game. And it gives you some confidence heading into league play. They certainly have an ace in the hole.
Yeah.
Another handoff up the middle. Short gain on this one. Should be about 5 yards, making it second down.
Gets a gain of about 5 on the play. Second down, Gold Beach.
And that play may just take us to the end of the third quarter.
Might get one more off.
Might get one more play.
Yeah, definitely going to run one more.
Doesn't seem like they're in the business of just letting it run out, so we'll see one more play. Takes the snap and will pull it himself and run.
I like that design right there.
Yeah, well executed quarterback keeper there.
Show the thing you've been doing all night, and then you pull it with the quarterback and then follow him right behind it. Nice little design. I like that. Kevin Swift very nifty with his play calling. I like it.
And that brings us to the end of the third quarter as St. Mary's is up 48-0 on Gold Beach. They will flip sides of the field, and we will get you ready for the close of this game. Thank you for watching. And we are going to head to a short break, and we will be right back. Thank you so much for watching this broadcast. We bring you right back to the action. Handoff up the middle, and another really good run.
Gets a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. First down, Gold Beach.
4 or 5 yard gain, and that will give them the first down. First and 10 once again for Gold Beach as they approach St. Mary's territory.
Get your 50-50
just beyond the 50-yard line. They are in St. Mary's territory, and they will look to capitalize on this drive and get some points on the board. Hands off up the middle. And another good run. That one very close to another first down, gain of around 9 yards. Panthers sticking to their game plan with the inside runs. Like you said earlier, just really starting to wear down the St. Mary's front and finally get some good runs out of this.
Seeing a different front also in there for St. Mary's.
Stacking the line.
Yeah, going to 4-man front, and I do see.
And that one pushes the pile and a first down. Well, like you're saying, up to this point in the game, St. Mary's knows that Gold Beach is going to run up the middle, so they've stacked the line. Just trying everything they can to limit the yards But Gold Beach is being effective in their play calling as of now. Storns under center. He takes this one himself up the middle, gain of around 2.
The 50-50 numbers, the winning number, 9, 3, 1, 1, 7, 7, 1. Last 3 digits are 771. If you have this ticket, you've just won $119.
Storms under center once again. Hands the ball off up the middle.
And off to Tinius.
And they are in scoring territory here in the red zone.
Going to be just shy of a first down.
Very close to a first down there.
Orvansky and Patel on the stop for the Crusaders.
As we approach 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Gold Beach looks for their first points of the game. Trying to get some positive momentum heading into the next couple games, league play. And it always looks good to get some points on the scoreboard. Another run up the middle. Pushing the pile. That one looks to be well enough for a first. And it will be a true first and goal for the Panthers.
First down, Gold Beach.
Right around what looks like the 10-yard line. Just on the outside of scoring territory. Whistle blown by the official. We'll see what the call is. Offside on the defense. And that one brings them closer, half the distance to the goal.
First and goal, Gold Beach.
And they'll most likely try to grind this one out. Run up the middle, touchdown, Gold Beach. And the sirens play. And the home fans are loving this as Gold Beach is on the board. Touchdown.
That's good. They've had a really couple good drives. Well, not couple, like 4 or 5 good drives tonight, and they haven't been able to capitalize, and they finally capitalized. It was really good. I like that.
And they finally put their game plan into action, got some points on the board, and it's really good to see.
Hand off to Tinius for the 2-point conversion, where he's going to be denied.
That one just short, maybe on the 1-yard line. They say no good, so not able to put more points up. But it's still a very good drive for Gold Beach there. Used a lot of clock on that one as we find ourselves here in the fourth quarter. And that will bring us to a break. Thank you so much for watching. As we approach the 7-minute mark here in the fourth quarter.
Nobody's playing the 50-50 pot. I'm going to name the ticket one more time here. It's 931 1771 931 1771. If you have this ticket, you have 119 cold hard dollars. We're going to draw a new number if somebody shows up.
Kicks the ball deep. Takes a bounce yet again into the hands of Jaden Foster, and he continues to run down the sideline. Another big return, one man to beat. All the way in for a touchdown.
81-yard touchdown for the St. Mary's Crusaders.
And Wow is right. Long strides all the way to into the end zone for the second straight return. That's just
almost wrong.
Yeah,
say. It's almost wrong, I'd say.
That's textbook blocking there, just creating almost like a funnel right there in the middle. But he broke to the outside all on his own. That's the mark of a good ball carrier when you're returning the ball. Just pouring it on here. St. Mary's.
Do you know where I claim it?
I think it might be upstairs.
That 2-point conversion is thrown and will go in for 2, making it 56-6 St. Mary's.
Bringing the score, 56 St. Mary's, Gold Beach 6.
And 2 big plays for St. Mary's on special teams. The offense didn't even need to go out there for a drive.
No.
Getting your quarterback some rest and,
like I said, now you scored from almost all phases tonight. Offense and defense and special teams. They've done it all. They played really good tonight.
just putting it all together. That's all you can ask for from your team. And athletic director and head coach for St. Mary's has to be happy about that one. And it certainly makes those trips back home for a long road game a lot shorter when you're on the road if you get a win.
Rather than losing, yeah.
I know from experience, just those drives home are tough after a loss, but after a win, it's all smiles there on the bus.
I remember after one of our losses, we decided to watch The Notebook so we could cry even more.
David on the return.
You know?
Yeah.
Just let it all out.
Just met there by
Haven't heard of that strategy before, but I think it's a good one.
Jalen, Ravi, and all of you guys, if you guys are listening to this, I just exposed our team bus.
To The Notebook?
Yeah.
I don't believe I've seen that one.
Nah, man. It's a good movie.
Gold Beach will have the ball here right around their own 25-yard line. First down and 10. Only one quarterback listed on their roster, and that's Trenton Storn, so he continues to get work here late in the game.
Hand off to Timius.
Backup running back.
Timius drives up the field for a gain of about maybe.
Landon Timius, the senior, number 11.
Brings a 2nd and 2 for Gold Beach.
Great day of football today. Can't wait to go check out all the scores from around the state and see how the OSAA is shaking out.
A lot of surprising scores. North was up 21.5. South was up 14.5.
Big run up the middle.
GP and Southridge were playing, but I don't think that game got on tonight.
Yeah, I'll have to check on that one.
Yeah.
That big run brings them to a first down for Gold Beach. And once again, starting where they left off last drive with those big runs up the middle, just chewing clock and exposing the front for St. Mary's. Another run up the middle, gain of about 3 yards, right around the 41-yard line.
Wow, 35-0 North Medford. $21-0 South Medford.
Mikey Rivera on the carry for the Panthers gets a gain of about 3. 2nd down, Gold Beach.
Time clock reads 2 minutes and 40 seconds as time runs down here in the fourth quarter.
52. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay.
Let us know what the score is to that game.
58-14 Crater against North Bend.
Yeah, Crater playing in the 5A, fielding a really good team this year.
And yeah, I think that was about it.
So that was some action around the state. 3rd and 2 for Gold Beach here. That one, a handoff up the middle. And that will be just enough for a first down. Around a 3-yard gain.
Ty Cronenberger on the stop for the Crusaders.
It's number 74, Ty Cronenberger on the tackle. Freshman getting some action here in the game. From here, Gold Beach will visit Lost River. Oh, big throw down the side of the field and just out of the reach of his receiver. A little upset with that one. Number 30, Cameron Haygood, has been busy today, been targeted a lot, almost as much by himself as any receiver has. That one just out of his reach. And Gold Beach getting aggressive here as the clock falls under a minute left in this game. Barely misses a tackle there. It keeps running. And with 10 seconds left, that will bring us to the end of this one. And that's the ball game, as the PA announcer said. That will bring us to the end of this one. We thank you for watching Table Rock Sports on TableRockSports.net. This was Jonathan McCrary and Caleb Franklin from Gold Beach, Oregon. We thank you for watching. Everybody drive safe and have a great night.
Oh.